Hi guys, this is Sokra and today we are going to review the Imperial race. And let's start with their armor sets. So this is the male character, as you can see, maybe or maybe not. And first class will be the Dragon Knight with novice gear. Not so bad at all. A little bit of leather, a little bit of metal. And now the veteran gear. This is quite something actually, with this Greek-like, Spartan-like helmet and these dark tints on his armor, very intimidating. The next class will be the Sorcerer. Sorcerer in the veteran gear is also not nice for the male. And in novice, yeah, like every sorcerer. And Nightblade in novice gear, a lot of leather with these sandals. I hope he's not kicking nothing harder than a bow of fur. And now the veteran gear. The veteran gear is quite something. I don't like especially the helmet with those Hermes like wings, but it is not so bad at all. And now we are going to the Templar. Templar is very beautiful in this veteran gear. Again, this Greek-like helmet. This is not strange, of course. The gamers of the game used their inspiration for the Imperial race of the actual Roman Empire in Earth in our history. So there is a lot of things that resemble the Imperial Roman armor, and yes, it is not strange though. After all, Romans are inspired themselves by the Greeks. And the Templar in novice gear. Quite something. Okay. Now let's see the female character. The female character will be first Templar in his novice armor and in his veteran gear. Again, very beautiful. I really like this Templar outfit. Then the Nightblade in his veteran armor. A bit funny, don't you think? And the novice gear. Then comes the Sorcerer in his novice gear. And the veteran armor. And last but not least, the Dragon Knight. This is my personal choice of character. Of course, I mean, very versatile and novice gear. So this is about the armors. Let's get back to talk about a bit for the race by itself. One of the perks you get in choosing an Imperial is that you can switch between alliances. The Elder Scrolls Online history takes place in the time when the Cyrodiil is fallen, the Empire is no longer, and thus the Imperial race are a race without any leader, any core. So the logic there is that they can switch between alliances and choose their own destiny, becoming Ebonheart Pact or Alteri Dominion or Darkfur Covenant. There is really your choice. There is not a big difference between those three alliances. This is more of personal choice. You won't get any special bonuses or anything at all by choosing one of these sites. You're just choosing one of the sites, nothing more at all. And of course, if you don't like to be in a reptile lizardsman Anunnaki type creatures like Argonians, you don't choose the Ebonheart Pact. If you're more like of elf type avancist and this cat like Hajit people, you can choose Admeri. And if you have a little bit of valor in your heart, I personally choose the Daggerfall Covenant with his orcish people. Strange thing about orcs in this ESO scrolls, I don't know if you know, but they're actually former elves fallen by the spell of one of the Daedra princes, but this is a matter of another story. So the main feature of the Imperial is that you can play any of these alliances you want. Next, as an Imperial race, I will give you your bonuses are on 15% of one shield and one hand and shield. Then you have I think boost of HP and a little bit of stamina if I am not mistaken. But the main point is that the Imperial race is not a magic race. They are moreover melee fighters. So it will be good for you if you're Imperial to choose Dragon Knight, for example, or Knight Plate maybe, but it's not so important. Actually, you can play with any race, any class you want. Yesterday I played with a guy who had heavy armor, shield and sword, and he was actually a sorcerer summoner, and it did quite well in PvP. But let's get on. So let's check how this race appeal underneath their armor. We'll start with the female, and this race is not as tall as Nords, and not so pale skinned as them, but they are also not so dark skinned like Redguards. They're somewhere in between. Again, this reference to the real Roman Empire. Real Romans, real Italians were a civilization of not so dark but very very tan people. They're a mixture of Africans and Mediterranean type of people, so they were with not so pale skin. As you can see here, it is the same thing is here. You can make it a bit darker, actually quite darker, and not so quite white. This is max. For example, if you choose Nords are really pale and they can't get much darker. And if you choose Redguards are quite darker and can't get so pale. Well, I think this is for now. Maybe you need something else. Opa, this is the Redguard. Back to the Imperial. So they're a little bit of in between Nords and Redguards. Not so tall as Nord, not so strong wide frame build as Redguards, somewhere in between. So this for now. Let me see, one more thing. Let's create this character actually to show you the race abilities. Maybe we have to wait for a bit. I don't know if they fixed the bug. Last night there was quite a bit of it. I hope it is alright by now. Okay, we are in. So we are pressing K, out, and the ratio Imperial skills. As I told you, 15% of one-handed and shield skill. Then you have the max health by 4, quite nice for a tank. Maximum stamina by 4, very nice for a melee damager who wants to use his weapon abilities, because as you may know, most of the class abilities, like in this section, are mana reliant, draconic mana reliant, ether mana reliant, and actually stamina is used for the weapons and sprinting, of course. Let's get back to the skills, and the third skill is melee attacks have a 10% chance to restore 3 health. This is actually quite a vampiric skill. Very, I can see from now it will be very useful. Let's hope on the more bigger level it will be more than 10% chance. But from the skills you can see this is a melee fighter and probably tank. No, it will do like a damage dealer because of this skill. If you have damage dealing oriented build, you benefit greatly. So okay, this is for me for now from me, guys. I will make video with the other race and some basic tactics, actually basic thinking. As I played this beta, I saw a lot of people that just doesn't quite get well with the thinking process of the game involved. Yes, it is a virtual game. Yes, it is not anything unique and not anything that we didn't see in before, but it has a ground for tactics, for strategy, for some thinking involved in the PvPs, especially in the sieges and castles. And in my future videos we will check this. Bye bye for now.